Yo.
Yo, what's the word? What's the word, player? Not much, man. Not much at all, man. Man, dog, that's so goofy, man. Dog. I think so, shoot. Look like it. And did the same with Clemson. And I'm in the Big 12. UCF, they undefeated. And he ain't do nothing with them. I want to say, good. Leave them alone, shoot. Make them people up in the Big 12 with me work for it. Mm-hmm. You talking about what? In Denzel Lee? I don't think that's gonna happen. Man, he not ranked. I was watching a little bit of the shoot. Out there, I was at work. Hmm. Yes, little one. Yes, I can see you on the camera, little one. Yeah, DeMarcus, he definitely got better shooting. Mm-hmm.
Welcome everyone to Lubbock, Texas, and Jones AT&T Stadium, home to the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And this crowd, as always, will be rowdy because they've been gearing up since early this morning. Today, an in-state battle between two teams from the state of Texas, and when you face off against another squad from the Lone Star State, the emotions tend to run a little higher. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Houston Cougars, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Houston about to kick off to get things underway.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Red Raiders offense will start this game off. And there he is. To this team's fans, he is a heroic figure. He is the guy who can lead them to the promised land.
This guy has been in big games, in big moments, and he's delivered for his football team. It never seems like a situation is just too big for him. This obviously is a huge game. I cannot wait to see this guy compete.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming
I was
out,
talking to
passes,
myself.
easy completions.
But
Now
yeah,
we're
I
getting in a good
said
spot.
DeMarcus, yeah, he gotten
From
better
the
at the
gun,
game.
running
He's
back
not
on
no
the move.
slouch.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Definitely
when
has
you're
put the
playing
work
against
in.
a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Red Raiders will snap it on 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch.
So
He's thrown
weak to
them
me,
4,000
man.
times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Yeah, I'm just like, come on, man.
Running it to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender?
You say you want to make the league competitive, but then once you start doing stuff like that, it's like, bro, what's the point of me even playing a computer game?
Down with some bad intentions.
Grab near the marker. It's McMillan to the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. And the Red Raiders are
only one time, but then
field.
you giving the ranked computer teams now forced losses. It's like, bro, why am I even playing against the computer?
Down he goes.
And the sack comes from the middle linebacker, who is the quarterback of the
And
defense.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was almost to that point where I was about to be like, bro, you know what? Just send my stuff for the rest of the year then.
Good timing on the quick out. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Not even gonna lie to you. Because I was just like, bro, I'm like, if this what we doing, then just send me for the rest of the year.
6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Leon. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. New set of downs after that completion.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20.
As soon as I saw dude mention, he was like, hey, bro, he was like, give Clemson some force L so we can, I said, you know what? I was like, all right, man. I said, yeah,
they have to put their eyes on a certain defender. And they're reading
then
him.
I looked at my
basically,
stars. I said, bro, I was like, this is what I'm talking about.
Hard to defend because if you do
I
one
said,
thing,
I'm
he's
like,
going
bro,
to do
you
the
can't
other.
say you
The
want
other
this
thing,
league to be
he's going to do
competitive,
the
but then once you start doing stuff like that, I'm like, bro, that literally defeats the whole purpose of being competitive.
This slot receiver, because of how athletic he is, they're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
The corners are walked up tight. Fires to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe. And how about the ball play? And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hope. That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first?
Bet. Y'all got it.
They'll run behind the big guys on the right.
God's
to the goal line. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. 2nd down coming up. They want to just keep throwing it. That's caught. It's Leon.
That's
that
all
completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down.
Send on my computer games.
Third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Smashes it between the uprights.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, he was like, he ended up losing this game. I said, bro, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, bro, I was like, if he don't, like, if he can't beat the computer, then he don't need to be in the playoffs.
Bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. So the Houston Cougars offense
I'm like, and that's okay.
Started with their first possession. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
Life just does such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside will be a great matchup.
Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here.
But that's the crazy thing about it. Is that, like, some of them dudes are actually decent. I'm not even going to lie. Like, if they actually was in our league, they would actually succeed. But for us, like,
that's the end of the quarter, and Texas Tech is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Hand off from the shotgun. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the first down. And the Cougars are on the move. Leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field, and I love that last play call.
Quarterback sneak for the touchdown.
Well, I think sometimes on first and goal like that, you're just trying to get up to the line of scrimmage early. You're trying to catch the defense off guard, so you go quarterback sneak, you find the crease, you plow forward, and it worked. They score a touchdown.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Leon. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Texas Texas Tech has it
So
back,
that's
and the
been my
Red
thing,
Raider
man.
offense on its
Like,
way to the
I
field.
don't know, man.
Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the
anything
three.
else talking about some force win, anything like that, bro?
The tempo and all the stuff they do. It's a nice job moving the football.
Like what the market says, he's like, got
and I think to do that, they
PTSD.
just got to be more
Shoot, at
physical
this
at the
point,
point of
yeah.
attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20.
Oh, there we go.
He's got the back in the middle. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Red Raiders send out the punt unit. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The Houston offense ready to go back to work.
I'm like, bro, he was like,
they
giving for us, man. He was like, man, he's not gonna be able to play. I said, bro, I'm like, dog, like.
And you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm.
Bro, you know we don't do that in this
hard to
league,
stop,
man.
Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play
I was
caller,
like, he says Sunday. I was like,
right
we're gonna wait
everything
until
you
Sunday.
dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
This ain't that league, man.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You bring up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3.
Man,
He's
bro,
brought
it's just
down,
like,
but not before they pick up the big first
oh
down.
man,
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats,
and they gashed it. About anytime y'all bring up force
quarterback quick pass to the receiver.
Bro, why you ain't pick him up?
So not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
The Cougars get enough to move the chains.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. They're getting this guy lathered up.
Oh, I thought he was going to hit him.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles, and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They'll leave it with him. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. He's up to 90 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. Houston has it with a 1st and goal.
But I was like, oh, no, man. I'm like, please, God, no. Please, no, man. I know y'all not serious about this force win thing, man.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cougars.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
It was more so the fact that was like the first thing that he just like said, like force win brand. That's it. I'm like, come on, bro. I'm like, I wanted to, brother. At this point, that's a trigger for me.
In a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way Logan Thomas, Tyrod Taylor.
I'm like, at this point, y'all playing games with me, man.
60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome. And certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Comes out throwing on 1st down. The quick out. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Red Raiders will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more.
Let's get it. We gone.
Coming. Running inside the 20. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys
saw that
like
run.
that. And he can go that far to the house.
That was all you. We gone.
Big plays. Showed you a little bit of vision. Showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
So to the crib we go.
On the move from inside his 5.
Yeah, seeing all them try to run after him. I ain't catching him.
Much to be found
Gone.
as he stopped at the 18. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line.
Man.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Out of the gun, they give to the back. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Wide open downfield. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hope. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game. Now on 2nd down. It's a reverse.
Oh, y'all, thank you. Oh, that's
and they
weak.
make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. The Red Raiders come to the line with a new set of downs.
Like
He's gonna pass. Throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And just an awesome job.
Oh, I can't stand that with a pass.
And he had his eyes on the quarterback, so he saw the ball thrown, and as such, he was able to go and swat it away.
Quick completion on the out route.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. He's got his man. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job.
Oh, my gosh.
And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Hey, what you doing? Just sitting there just watching?
And one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. At the 35, he's open. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it.
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman.
Right through that jam.
It ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense, maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
There we
and
go.
He'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
That didn't bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, the short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Houston is moving it quickly down the field. Touch pass on the jet sweep.
Oh, I did not think he was going to pick him up.
Squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Handoff from the gun. Pulls his way forward. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going. You're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Oh, I forgot it was injury time. I thought a lot of clocking moving.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And to get rid of it quickly. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one...
Oh, look out. There he goes. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Come on, y'all letting this weak stuff get caught?
Big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. And the Red Raiders will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Completes it in the middle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Wow!
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now
Dang,
the
hit the
defense
mess out of
comes
him.
out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Houston offense comes onto the field. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
They'll keep it on the ground to
Jesus,
keep this
man,
moving.
he got crunched.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? If I throw the football, get a 1st down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
At some point, enough is enough. This is the guy that's beaten. He's priority number 1. We got to go get him. It's getting later in the 2nd half. I got to go out and make some plays and get my offense the ball.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead.
Oh, you trying to tell me he can't hear?
They'll immediately call
you can't
timeout.
hear, man. Let me play this smart. Let's punt this.
Houston will be forced to punt. This will be a 2nd time they've had to kick it away.
Oh!
Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. They barely get the punt out of their own territory. It'll be marked down just outside the 45. Offense set on 1st down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
The bad news, he didn't get the 1st down there. The good news, though, he got out of bounds, stopped the clock. They still have 1 timeout, so there's a lot of time still in this 2-minute situation to march down the field and get a score.
On 2nd down, just keeps...
Oh, that's game. That's game. That's game. That's game. That's game because you ain't catching him. That's game.
And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown,
That's game.
That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
These guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum. So they're ready.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so mad.
Keeps the legs moving. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
You know, it's funny.
Oh, man, I wanted that screenplay, man. That's supposed to be a pick.
This guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. The Red Raiders with the 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. A strike downfield. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late.
This is an offense that has skill. They've got speed, and because
what are you
of
doing? Stop. Why would you do that?
To sleep. They've got a
Stop.
Late, but they've now given up back.
Why would you do that?
Plays. They got to put the clamps down.
Go back. No.
16, it's 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Feeling some heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. It's on target and complete.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They're trying to get to him. Quarterback moving. Makes the grab. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can.
It's now 2nd.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hold on just a minute. We might have a finish here.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
45 seconds left to go, and the whole thing pretty much comes down to this onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that